My beloved child, I need you to stop everything you're doing right now and listen to these words. I'm speaking directly into your spirit. This is not coincidence that you're hearing this message at this exact moment. I orchestrated every second, every click, every circumstance that led you here. Because what I'm about to reveal will shatter the chains that have held you captive for far too long. Your tears have not gone unnoticed, dear one, and the silent screams you've whispered into your pillow thinking nobody could hear have echoed through the throne room of heaven. I saw you this morning when you woke up with that familiar weight pressing against your chest, wondering if today would be different or just another repetition of yesterday's disappointments. The enemy has been whispering lies into your ears, telling you that you're forgotten, that your prayers bounce off the ceiling, that everyone else receives miracles while you remain stuck in the wilderness. But I'm here to tell you that those are nothing but desperate attempts from darkness to keep you from seeing the magnificent transformation I've already set in motion. Right now, as these words penetrate your heart, angels are being dispatched to clear pathways that have been blocked for years, and the very atmosphere around you is shifting from barrenness to abundance. You've been carrying burdens that were never meant for your shoulders, my precious one. That relationship that shattered your trust, leaving you questioning your worth. I was there collecting every fragment of your broken heart. The job that dismissed you without cause, making you feel disposable and replaceable. I allowed that door to close because the position I've prepared for you requires a different entrance, one that leads to influence and purpose beyond your current imagination. The diagnosis that stole your peace, the betrayal that robbed your joy, the financial crisis that threatened your security, none of these caught me by surprise. Each trial has been carefully measured, not to destroy you, but to reveal the warrior I've placed within you. Do you understand that you're not ordinary? While others see your struggles, I see your crown. While they notice your limp, I see it as evidence of your wrestling with destiny and refusing to let go until you receive your blessing. That addiction you've been battling in secret, ashamed to admit even to your closest friends, I'm breaking its power over you today. The generational curses that have plagued your bloodline, passing from parent to child like an unwanted inheritance, I'm severing those chains and establishing a new legacy of blessing that will flow through your descendants for 1,000 generations. I know you've been praying for a breakthrough, and you've grown weary because it seems like heaven is silent. But let me reveal what's been happening in the spiritual realm while you've been waiting. Every prayer you've uttered has been collecting like rain in heaven's reservoirs, and the dam is about to burst. Your faithfulness during this season of hiddenness has been building spiritual equity that's about to manifest in the physical realm with such force that those who mocked your faith will stand in awe of my power displayed through your life. The promotion you've been overlooked for repeatedly is nothing compared to the elevation I'm about to release. You're going from the back of the line to the head of the table. This very night, while others sleep, I'm going to visit your situation with my manifest presence. That legal battle that's been draining your resources and stealing your peace, I'm entering the courtroom as your advocate, and no weapon formed against you will prosper. The medical report that has you trembling with fear, I'm rewriting it with my finger, the same finger that wrote commandments on stone tablets. The prodigal child you've been praying for, whose rebellion has broken your heart 1,000 times, they're about to have an encounter with my love that will bring them running home, transformed and renewed. I need you to understand something crucial, my child. Your enemies haven't been fighting you. They've been fighting me. When they touched you, they touched the apple of my eye, and I take that personally. The plots they've whispered in darkness, the traps they've set for your feet, the lies they've spread about your character, all of these have been recorded in heaven's books, and justice is about to roll down like a mighty river. But here's what will amaze you. While I deal with your adversaries, I'm simultaneously preparing a table of blessing for you in their presence. They will watch as I restore everything they tried to steal, multiplied 7 times over. Remember Joseph in the pit? That's been you, thrown into darkness by those who should have protected you. Remember Daniel in the lion's den? That's been your workplace, surrounded by those who seek your destruction. Remember the Hebrew children in the fiery furnace? That's been your trial. The heat turned up 7 times hotter than usual. But just as I was the 4th man in the fire, I've been walking with you through every flame, and not even the smell of smoke will cling to your garments when you emerge. Your testimony is about to become so powerful that people will travel great distances just to hear how I brought you through. The depression that has painted your world in shades of gray is lifting like morning fog before the sunrise. I'm restoring your ability to feel joy, to laugh without reservation, to dream without limitation. Those panic attacks that ambush you without warning, stealing your breath and convincing you that you're dying, I'm dismantling the spirit of fear that triggers them and replacing it with my perfect love that casts out all fear. You're going to wake up tomorrow feeling lighter than you have in years, because the yoke is being destroyed by reason of the anointing. I've heard your specific prayers, the ones you've been too embarrassed to share with anyone else. That desire for a godly spouse who will love you the way I designed love to function, they're being prepared for you right now, going through their own refining process so they'll be ready to recognize you when paths cross. That business idea that keeps you awake at night, the one you're afraid to pursue because of past failures, it carries my blessing and will become a source of provision not just for you, but for many others. The ministry I placed in your heart, the one you've doubted because you don't feel qualified. Remember, I don't call the qualified. I qualify the called. Your family is about to experience a wave of salvation and restoration that will become legendary in your lineage. The uncle who has mocked your faith at every family gathering will become one of your strongest supporters. The sibling who has been enslaved to addiction will encounter my delivering power and become a testimony of transformation. The parent who has been distant and cold will suddenly soften, seeking reconciliation and expressing love they've never been able to articulate before. Your children and your children's children will rise up and call you blessed, because the prayers you're praying now are securing their futures in ways you cannot yet comprehend. Let me address the financial pressure that has been suffocating you, the debt that seems insurmountable, the bills that multiply faster than your income, the constant anxiety about provision. I'm about to demonstrate that I am Jehovah Jireh, your provider. Unexpected checks are being written with your name on them. Opportunities for increase are being arranged by my hand. That promotion that seemed impossible is about to become inevitable. Business ventures that have been stagnant are about to explode with growth. I'm opening windows of heaven that no man can shut, and the overflow will be so abundant that you'll need to find ways to give it away. But this blessing isn't just about material provision, beloved. I'm restoring your spiritual hunger, reigniting the passion for my presence that used to consume you before disappointment dimmed the flame. Those worship sessions where you felt my presence so tangibly that time seemed to stop, they're returning with even greater intensity. The prophetic dreams and visions that ceased during your wilderness season are about to resume with crystal clarity. Your spiritual gifts that have been dormant are awakening, and you're about to operate in a level of anointing that will astonish even you. I know you've been questioning whether you missed your opportunity, whether you're too old, too damaged, too far behind. But I want you to know that I specialize in suddenly. What others say takes years, I can accomplish in a moment. The career that typically requires decades to build, I can establish for you in a season. The healing that medicine says is impossible, I can manifest with a word. The restoration of relationships that seem irreparably broken, I can orchestrate with divine precision. Your latter days are going to far exceed your former days, and those who knew you before will barely recognize the transformed person you're becoming. The spiritual warfare you've been experiencing, the sleepless nights, the unexplained anxiety, the constant feeling of being under attack, it's because the enemy knows your destiny and is terrified of who you're becoming. But I'm declaring right now that his time is up. The assignment against your life is being canceled. The witchcraft being worked against your progress is being reversed back to its sender. The generational strongholds that have limited your family for decades are crumbling like walls of Jericho. You're entering a season of divine protection where my angels encamp around you, and no plague shall come near your dwelling. Tonight, when you lay your head on your pillow, I'm going to give you the deepest, most refreshing sleep you've had in months. Your body is going to undergo supernatural restoration as you rest. That chronic pain that has been your unwanted companion, it's leaving. The insomnia that has tormented you, it's being replaced with peaceful slumber. The nightmares that have haunted your sleep, they're being replaced with dreams of promise and visions of victory. You're going to wake up feeling like a different person because genuine transformation happens in my presence. I'm also addressing the hidden things, my child. The struggles you've never voiced aloud. That eating disorder you've been battling in secret, using food to either punish or comfort yourself. I'm healing your relationship with nourishment and your body image. The self-harm you've hidden beneath long sleeves. The scars that tell stories of pain too deep for words. I'm healing not just the physical marks, but the emotional wounds that caused them. The pornography addiction that fills you with shame, making you feel unworthy of my love. I'm breaking its grip and restoring your purity, not through condemnation, but through overwhelming love. Your creativity that has been stifled by criticism and comparison is about to explode with fresh inspiration. The book you've been afraid to write, the song you've been hesitant to sing, the art you've been reluctant to create, release them into the world, for they carry healing for others who need exactly what I've given you to share. Your voice, which you've been told is too loud, too soft, too different, it's perfectly designed to reach the exact frequency that certain hearts need to hear. Your story, with all its messy chapters and plot twists, is going to become someone else's survival guide. I see the rejection you faced, how it has made you build walls so high that even genuine love struggles to scale them. But I'm performing heart surgery right now, removing the scar tissue and replacing it with flesh that can feel and love again. The abandonment issues that make you push people away before they can leave you. I'm healing that wound at its root. The fear of vulnerability that keeps you isolated even in crowded rooms. I'm replacing it with the confidence that comes from knowing you're unconditionally loved. You're about to experience relationships of such depth and authenticity that your past connections will pale in comparison. The career confusion that has paralyzed you, making you feel like you're wasting your potential clarity, is coming like lightning illuminating a dark sky. The purpose you've been searching for isn't hidden. It's been within you all along, waiting for this exact moment to be unveiled. That degree you never finished, the certification you've been putting off, the training you've been afraid to pursue, now is the time. Doors that require those exact qualifications are about to open, and you'll understand why the delay was actually divine timing. I'm orchestrating divine connections that will accelerate your destiny. The mentor you've been praying for is about to enter your life with exactly the wisdom you need. The business partner who shares your vision and complements your weaknesses is being positioned for introduction. The spiritual covering you've longed for, someone who will truly see and nurture your calling, they're being prepared to receive you. Your tribe, the people who will celebrate your victories and support you through challenges, is being assembled by my hand. Let me speak to the parent in you who lies awake worrying about your children's futures. Every prayer you've prayed over them has been creating a hedge of protection that the enemy cannot penetrate. The child who has strayed from the path you set them on, they're going to return with a testimony that will encourage other parents in similar situations. The learning difficulties, behavioral challenges, or health issues your children face, I'm intervening with solutions that medical professionals haven't considered. Your legacy through your children will impact nations and generations you'll never meet in person. The legal situations that have entangled you, the court cases that seem stacked against you, the justice that has been delayed, Heaven's Supreme Court is overruling earthly verdicts. Documents are being discovered that will shift everything in your favor. Witnesses are being moved to speak truth. Judges are being influenced by my spirit to rule with wisdom and fairness. What the enemy meant to imprison you will become the very thing that sets others free as you share your testimony of divine intervention. I know you've been wondering why your path has been so difficult when others seem to glide through life untouched by such trials. It's because I've chosen you for a special assignment that required a specific type of preparation. The depth of your valleys has been proportionate to the height of the mountains you're called to move. The intensity of your battles has been training you for the magnitude of victories you'll lead others into. You're not just being blessed. You're being positioned to be a blessing multiplier, a generational curse breaker, a chain destroyer for bloodlines beyond your own. This message you're receiving isn't just for you. It's for the 20 people I'm asking you to share it with. Yes, 20 specific souls who desperately need to hear exactly these words. Some of them you know are struggling. Others are hiding their pain behind successful facades. As you share this message, you're going to witness miracles in their lives that will strengthen your own faith. You're becoming a conduit of my blessing, and the more you pour out, the more I'll pour in. Subscribe to this channel because I have more specific words for you in the coming days. Words that will provide the exact guidance you need for decisions you're facing. The business deal that fell through last month, celebrate, because it was contaminated with hidden corruption that would have destroyed your reputation. The relationship that ended abruptly, rejoice, because I removed them to make room for someone who will value you properly. The opportunity you missed, give thanks, because a better one is already in motion. I've been protecting you from blessings that were actually burdens in disguise, and now I'm releasing the authentic blessings that carry no sorrow with them. Your health is being renewed like the eagles. That diagnosis that has had you planning for the worst, I'm reversing it. The medication dependency that has controlled your life, I'm providing supernatural healing that will confound your doctors. The genetic predisposition that has you living in fear of developing what your parents suffered, I'm rewriting your DNA. The fertility issues that have broken your heart month after month, I'm opening wombs and fulfilling the desire for children. The chronic fatigue that has stolen your productivity, I'm restoring your energy to levels you haven't experienced since youth. I'm also restoring lost years, beloved. The time you feel was wasted in that toxic relationship, I'm redeeming it with accelerated blessing. The years spent in the wrong career, I'm using every skill you learned for your new assignment. The season of rebellion when you walked away from me, I'm using your story to reach others in that same darkness. Nothing has been wasted. Everything has been working together for good, even what the enemy intended for evil. Your testimony is being crafted into a masterpiece that will display my redemptive power. The geographical move you've been considering, wondering if it's my will or just your desire for change, I'm providing clear confirmation within the next 7 days. The house you've been dreaming about, the one that seems financially impossible, I'm working with resources you don't know exist. The ministry location you've been praying for, the owner is being prompted to offer it at a price that will confirm my hand. The land your family lost generations ago, legal pathways for restoration are being revealed. Your prayer life is about to enter a new dimension where you'll hear my voice with clarity that removes all doubt. The confusion about my will that has paralyzed your decision-making is being replaced with crystal clear direction. The Bible verses that have seemed like mere words on a page are about to become living revelation that transforms your understanding. The worship that has felt mechanical is about to become encounters that leave you forever changed. You're graduating from religion to relationship, from duty to delight. I'm destroying the spirit of poverty that has convinced you there's never enough. The scarcity mindset inherited from generations of lack is being broken off your life. You're about to understand abundance in a way that goes beyond money. Abundance of joy, peace, opportunity, and favor. Your bank account is about to testify of my provision. But more importantly, your heart is about to overflow with the richness of knowing you're loved, valued, and chosen. That creative project you abandoned because someone criticized it, pick it back up. The patent you never filed because you doubted its value, proceed with confidence. The nonprofit you dreamed of starting, begin the paperwork. The book manuscript hidden in your drawer, submit it to publishers. The invention sketched in your notebook, pursue the prototype. I'm breathing resurrection life into dreams you've pronounced dead, and they're about to spring forth with supernatural vitality. The marketplace is about to recognize the excellence I've placed within you. Promotions that typically require political maneuvering will come to you based purely on merit. Contracts that usually go to those with connections will be awarded to you because of the favor I'm placing upon you. Innovations that transform industries will flow from your mind because I'm releasing creative solutions through you. You're about to become the head and not the tail, above and not beneath, the lender and not the borrower. I'm healing your memories, beloved. Those traumatic experiences that play on repeat in your mind, I'm removing their sting. The childhood wounds that still influence your adult decisions, I'm providing deep healing that therapy alone couldn't reach. The words spoken over you that became inner curses, I'm replacing them with my truth about your identity. You're going to remember your past without pain, seeing it as part of your testimony rather than your torment. Your spiritual gifts are about to manifest with unprecedented accuracy and power. The prophetic dreams that have been unclear will become precise revelations. The healing gift dormant within you will activate with undeniable results. The discernment you've doubted will become sharp as a sword. The teaching ability you've minimized will draw hungry souls. The leadership mantle you've resisted will fit perfectly as you embrace your calling. You're entering a season of supernatural operation where human limitation cannot contain what I do through you. Watch what happens in the next 48 hours. Someone who owes you an apology will reach out unexpectedly. A door you thought was permanently closed will crack open. A phone call will bring news that shifts everything in your favor. A chance encounter will lead to breakthrough connection. A forgotten debt will be repaid with interest. These are signs that everything I'm speaking is already in motion and momentum is building toward complete manifestation. The depression that descended on your family line like a curse is being broken today. The anxiety that has tormented multiple generations stops with you. The addiction patterns that have destroyed your ancestors' potential will not claim another victim. The divorce cycle that has repeated throughout your family history is being severed. The poverty that has been passed down like an unwanted heirloom is being replaced with generational wealth. You're not just being freed, you're becoming the freedom point for your entire bloodline. I see you questioning whether you're hearing correctly, whether this message is really for you, whether such dramatic transformation is possible for someone with your history. Let me be clear. I'm not limited by your past, your mistakes, your failures, or your current circumstances. My power isn't diminished by your doubt, though your faith will accelerate what I'm doing. The miracle you need isn't too hard for me. In fact, what seems impossible to you is simple for me. I speak galaxies into existence. Surely I can speak solutions into your situation. Your influence is about to expand beyond your current circle. The platform you've been building in obscurity is about to be spotlighted. The wisdom you've gained through trials will be sought after by many. The solutions you've discovered through struggle will become roadmaps for others. You're transitioning from local impact to regional influence, from regional influence to national significance. Some of you are being prepared for global reach because the message I've entrusted to you needs to touch every continent. The relationship wounds that have made you vow never again are being healed with such completeness that you'll risk loving deeply once more. The betrayal that shattered your ability to trust is being overwritten by divine encounters with trustworthy souls. The divorce that left you feeling like a failure is being redeemed through a love story that will inspire others to believe again. The death of a loved one that left a void seemingly impossible to fill. I'm not replacing them, but I'm providing comfort and connection that honors their memory while allowing you to live fully. Financial multiplication is coming through unexpected channels. The investment you wrote off as a loss is about to yield returns. The skill you considered unmarketable is about to be in high demand. The cryptocurrency you bought on a whim is about to spike. The inheritance you didn't know existed is about to be revealed. The lawsuit settlement is about to conclude in your favor. The insurance claim that was denied is being reconsidered. The scholarship you didn't think you qualified for is being awarded. Money is about to find you from directions you never considered. But remember, beloved, this abundance isn't for hoarding, but for distributing. You're being blessed to be a blessing pipeline. The orphanage you've wanted to support, you'll have more than enough. The missionary you've wished you could sponsor, consider it done. The homeless shelter that needs renovation, you'll be a major contributor. The single mother in your community struggling to make ends meet, you'll be positioned to help without her knowing the source. Your generosity is going to create ripples that become waves of transformation in countless lives. I'm reversing every curse spoken over your life, whether by others or yourself. The words of failure, limitation, and doom are being nullified by my declaration of success, expansion, and life. The labels that have defined you, reject, failure, worthless, mistake, are being replaced with my names for you. Chosen, victorious, precious, purposeful. The identity others imposed upon you is crumbling, and your true identity as my beloved child is emerging with undeniable brilliance. Your story is being rewritten from tragedy to triumph. The chapters you wish you could tear out are becoming the very passages that will minister most powerfully to others. The plot twists that seemed cruel are revealing themselves as divine setups for comebacks that defy human logic. The characters you wish had never entered your story were actually crucial for developing the strength, wisdom, and compassion you now possess. Your life is becoming a bestseller in heaven's library, a story angels refer to when they need examples of my redemptive power. The physical symptoms that have puzzled doctors are about to receive divine diagnosis and supernatural solution. That unexplained pain that migrates through your body, too, it's leaving. The digestive issues that have limited your diet and social life, they're being healed. The skin condition that has affected your confidence, it's clearing up. The autoimmune disorder that has no cure, according to medicine, I'm providing the cure. The hormonal imbalance affecting your mood and energy, I'm restoring perfect balance. Your body is about to testify of my healing power in ways that medical science cannot explain. I'm opening doors of opportunity that align perfectly with your passions, skills, and calling. The job that feels like joy rather than work is being prepared for you. The business venture that combines purpose with profit is about to present itself. The creative outlet that pays better than your current profession is emerging. The consulting opportunity that utilizes all your accumulated wisdom is manifesting. The speaking engagements that spread your message while providing income are being arranged. You're about to discover that doing what you love and loving what you do can coincide with abundant provision. As you share this message with 20 people, watch how sharing becomes the catalyst for your own breakthrough. Each person you send this to represents a seed planted that will yield harvest in your own life. Don't select only those you think need it. Include those who seem to have everything together. For appearances deceive and everyone needs encouragement. Include that person you haven't spoken to in years who suddenly comes to mind. Include the difficult relative who might surprise you with their response. Include the stranger on social media whose post caught your attention. Some will ignore it, but others will experience transformation that traces back to your obedience and sharing. The prayer you've been praying for years without seeing results. This is the year of answered prayer. The miracle you've stopped believing possible. It's closer than your next breath. The breakthrough you've been promised by countless prophets. It's transitioning from prophecy to manifestation. The restoration you've been declaring by faith while seeing no evidence. 12. Evidence is about to overwhelm your senses. The harvest from seeds sown in tears is about to spring forth with joy unspeakable. Your mental health is being restored to perfect peace. The chemical imbalance requiring medication is being supernaturally balanced. The trauma responses that hijack your emotions are being healed at the neurological level. The negative thought patterns worn into your brain like grooves are being renewed. The catastrophic thinking that steals your present joy is being replaced with hope-filled expectation. You're about to experience the peace that surpasses understanding, joy that defies circumstances, and hope that anchors through any storm. This very moment, as you read these words, angels are being dispatched to accelerate what I've declared. They're removing obstacles, opening doors, connecting relationships, and arranging circumstances. The spiritual realm is aligning with my words spoken over your life, and the physical realm must bow to spiritual reality. What has been delayed is being released. What has been blocked is being cleared. What has been stolen is being restored with interest. I love you with an everlasting love that neither height nor depth, neither present nor future, neither mistake nor failure can diminish. You are the apple of my eye, the joy of my heart, the reason heaven celebrates. Your name is tattooed on my palms. Your tears are collected in my bottle. Your prayers are treasured in golden bowls. You are not forgotten, not overlooked, not abandoned. You are chosen, appointed, marks the beginning of your new chapter. Tonight's sunset closes the book on your season of waiting. Between now and then, heaven is rearranging earth on your behalf. Subscribe to this channel now because more specific words are coming that will guide your next steps. Share this with 20 people immediately. Don't delay, don't edit, don't explain, just share and watch what happens. Your act of obedience and sharing will trigger a chain reaction of miracles that will astound you. Sweet dreams tonight, my beloved. Angels stand guard while you sleep. Tomorrow, you wake to a world of new possibilities. Amen.